Good morning. It is a destruction zone here. So my office is messy as hell, but then out there is messy as hell, and just, yeah, our house at the moment and the office at the moment is just a very messy, storagey place. The love board actually fell down, unfortunately, because I had to get the aircon removed and patched up, and there was a bit of a spill and a bit of a fall, and nothing's been damaged as far as I can tell, but I will need to sort of reset up the love board because that is unfortunately a bit deconstructed, which is a real bummer because there's actually a whole bunch of stuff I really want to open from the arty party and the PO box that you guys have given me that I haven't had a chance to because of how chaotic things have been, and that's going to add a little bit of delay to that too because I have to reset up everything as well. There are just like minor things I really want to get to that I just haven't been able to get to, including hanging up the Jazza axe and my 1,000,000 subscriber plaque. Like, I haven't got around to some of these things I really want to do just because of how crazy it's been and how little time I have to do anything other than what I have to do. So anyways, I'm going to start the stream. Today is stream day, and last week was pretty crap for a couple of reasons, and mainly because I was so focused on making content, making 3 pieces of content, that I ended up sort of ignoring the chat a bit and then not making great content, I felt, so I can't even really use all of it, and it was just a real waste. So today I'm not going to think about how much content I'll have at the end of the stream. I'm going to focus on the stream and make it up to you guys because I feel really bad about that. So it'll be a much more chill, interactive thing, and it should be fun. Welcome to the stream! Yay! That was anticlimactic. I'm gonna do what you guys want to do this time and not get so hung up on content. Alright, so we're gonna start off with a poll, because you know how much I love polls.
Yeah, those lovely construction sounds in the background. Those sounds that bring me life and joy, because it means progress on Studio 2.
The stream went well, but I don't want to give away too much, so I'll just show you this sneak preview and you'll see the full piece in the next couple of weeks. In the meantime, I'm editing the collab I did with Caitlin last Saturday, and I'm going to do some voiceover in my terrible Aussie voiceover-y voice. For example, here you can see I'm trying it out with a long neck and tail. Didn't quite like that, but it didn't feel like it quite fit, so I bring them both in to be a bit shorter and then do the same with the legs and go for a bit more of a stumpy look. And now the finishing touch to the collab video, Aussie Jazza for the end card. Quite happy with how this turned out. Maybe this should be like my new permanent avatar. What do you reckon? Alright, I'm going to wrap up in here, but I'm not going to do a question of the day because Mrs. Jazza and I are going to do a bit of a Q&A to celebrate it having been 1 year since we started the vlog. So, that's crazy. Do keep in mind though, I really need to, you know, do minimal editing. So, yeah, it'll be just one big whack of Q&A. So here we are, 1 year after the vlog began. And may I just remind you, Mrs. Jazza, 1 year ago, I sat next to you exactly in this position and you were exactly in that position, and I said, I want to start a daily vlog channel. And today I bought a selfie stick. I actually only used that selfie stick for like the first month or so. You must have thought I was a crazy person.
No, I never think you're a crazy person.
You just say that for the vlog.
No, I actually have never thought. I'm trying to think of a time when I thought you legitimately thought you're a crazy person.
What about the time I came in and said, I want to do virtual reality art?
No, I didn't think you were crazy then either.
No?
No. I may have thought you were crazy when you over-invested in weekly roleplay gaming equipment.
More of a hobby than a business decision, I'll admit.
I didn't even think you were crazy then. I just thought you were
over enthusiastic.
Yeah.
About something you don't quite relate to.
I don't think I ever thought you were crazy anyway.
Alright, so people have given us a whole bunch of questions. Some directed at you, some at me, and some at us.
Okay.
So flick through and see what you find.
Well, I've come to one already. It's made me sad.
Oh.
I totally get it, Gail. Jazza was saying in a recent vlog how you two don't have much of a social life. How do you deal with the stress of trying to keep up with work and everything, as well as being a mother? Right now, I have 2 toddlers, aged 2 and 3. Hubby is always working. I have no friends and not really anyone to turn to. I work from home during the day and try to practice art in the evenings. The thing is, I just can't keep up and find myself depressed and angry all the time. You guys are a bright spot on a hard day. Thanks, anyone who has anything nice to say. And then she says, I know it's not likely to get noticed. Gal, you were the first one I noticed.
It's funny, I feel like I nearly noticed all the ones that say, this won't get noticed.
Don't point at Gal. Pointing is rude.
Sorry, Gail.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
Totally get it. Look, we're stuck at home. We're stuck with each other.
And we don't show our boring times.
No.
And we don't show our struggling to cope times.
Literally, most of tonight, we've been trying to be entertaining with MJ, and both of us have been nearly falling asleep the whole time because we're so tired.
Yeah. We exhaust ourselves a bit.
I totally get it. I feel like I don't have any friends too. I totally get what she means, because most people like have their adult social interaction at work.
I feel okay. We both feel like we have friends that we never see.
Never see. How do we deal with it? We haven't found a successful way of dealing with it, have we? We soldier on, guys.
Yeah, it's just what you prioritise at the end of the day.
Make time for yourself as best you can.
Yeah.
Have a nice cup of tea. Find the good in the little things.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself in little ways, like, I don't know, some nice bubble bath, or it sounds stupid, it sounds so cliche.
No, it's true though. Definitely.
All right, this is for you, I'm assuming, because you know my drawing is always realistic.
Okay, go on.
You ever going to try realistic stuff again?
I think on occasion, but more as the piece of entertainment itself being me trying to do something realistic, which I don't often do. I think at the end of the day, I know what my strengths are and what my passion is, and that isn't realism. It's my stylistic take on cartoons and comic style stuff. And I figure that's what I love doing. I'll just keep doing it. But occasionally I'll dabble.
Okay, how does it feel, Trevor? I keep forgetting to say people's names. That was Mr. Wolfie.
Okay.
Who said that? Trevor Storm says, how does it feel to have vlogged for an entire year?
It's a bit weird. It settles into
Habit.
and it ebbs and flows. To be honest, there are some times where I sort of have to drag the vlog out of me for the day, and some days where it's really exciting and I love the story I made out of that day. But I think it's a good exercise in making something every day. And I feel like just by virtue of making this kind of content every day, I feel like over a year I've gotten much better at making this kind of content. And hopefully I'll keep getting better at it. But I think it just proves that you have to do it whether you feel like it or not on that particular day.
And to me, he says, would you ever do a day in the life vlog? Yeah, I would. If he wanted me to.
How would that work? Would you...
Yeah.
How would it work?
What Mrs. Jazza does while Jazza's busy making art. Anyway.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should swap one day.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Jazza's never asked me to.
We sort of did that once when you went...
Never really have.
I was crunching on
I think I was
Telltale.
crap at it. I think I'd be better at it now.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I did take it for a little bit, didn't I? But I think I'd be better at it now. I do more work on the channel now, because when MJ was young, even though now he is so energetic, I have more childcare because he's a bit older. I'm more willing to let other people look after him. You know, when you're bubba and you're breastfeeding and things like that, it's not so easy. So, okay. With the advertising issues on YouTube at the moment, has your opinion on not to monetize the vlog channel changed at all?
Let's be completely honest
And
here.
Shula says, this ad was Blonde Cartoons, and Shula says, I wouldn't mind watching an ad on the vlog channel after that.
Mrs. Jazza and I have different opinions on monetizing the vlog channel. Mrs. Jazza thinks it wouldn't hurt and that it would help, which I can see her point in, and from that perspective, I do understand that.
Shula's on my
I have
side.
to acknowledge that on day one, when I said I wouldn't monetize the vlog, I also said I wouldn't really do much editing in the vlog. So that has changed.
Yeah, I've suggested this to Jazza. I've suggested it because he puts a lot of work into the vlog and takes up quite a bit of time, and our ad revenue has gone down with what's gone on. We haven't whinged about it, because some other people have.
Yeah. all you hear is big YouTubers whinging about it.
We haven't.
And it's something I say all the time to you guys. If the market changes, big whoop, you've got to deal with it and make it work for yourself. Look, as some of you know, I started off the vlog by saying I wouldn't monetize it, and that hasn't changed, and I'm not sure if it will change. My personal feeling is that I'm not too sure. It feels like something I'm not inclined to do, but I do acknowledge that the effort and time that's gone into the vlog has increased over time.
Last time we debated it, we left it with maybe we should ask the audience and do some sort of poll.
So I guess I'll be interested in your feedback. But one of the things I'm worried about with the thought of that, aside from going back on something I said a year ago, is a lot of people join the vlog and watch from the start, or watch 40 videos, you know what I mean? And it feels like an intrusion to a narrative to me.
I don't know why you think that, because I watch YouTube videos, I just skip the ads, either in my mind or in reality. I don't know, it just doesn't, they don't even register with me anymore. Sorry people who buy YouTube ads.
Yeah.
Shouldn't say that.
I don't know, I have a different opinion. For the same reason I don't put ads on my main channel and videos that are like updates or personal, so that I guess I see it in the same way, but I don't know, I could be wrong. So I guess I'm interested in your feedback, and it's not something I'm set in stone about, but it is something I have emotional opinions on, and I guess they're based on how you feel about it. So maybe it would serve me best to hear what you think about it. Let's move on.
All right. Cameron, I don't want to ignore your question. Please do a house tour, so I'll answer it quickly. We don't do house tours.
Nah. We
not because we have some marvelous house we're concealing.
we like our privacy to an extent, as far as much as you can, vlogging every day.
More to stop burglars knowing the exact layout of our house.
Yeah, I think it's more for virtue out of the fact that A, it's not necessary, and B, it only gives information that isn't helpful for some people to know. So
plus, I don't think it's that interesting. Like, it's pretty average.
The house. This is the living room.
It's a mess at the moment.
There's a
Don't show
hallway.
the living room.
Yeah, it's very messy.
Gail, see what happens when you have a toddler. No, show Gail. Gail will be pleased.
Just all the toys.
Yeah. Am I inspired by you, Jazza? Yes.
Are you inspired by me?
I am extremely inspired by Jazza every day. I think he has the same effect on me as he does on everyone else. But he continues to surprise me with his ability to create and come up with ideas, new ideas. He'll see things. I'm very much just sort of an in the box type of person, and Jazza, the way he thinks about things, creativity comes so easy to him. Even though I know it does, it still continues to surprise me. He thinks very, very differently.
It's very sweet of you.
To me. So for example, music is a good example of how differently Jazza thinks. I learnt to play the piano. I could only play it with the music. I learnt to read music, and I play the notes on the page. And Jazza does not read music at all. He can play any song he hears pretty much just by listening to it, and he just feels it.
I'm an artist, la-di-da.
No, I don't know, you just sort of excrete creativity.
That's one way of putting it. My right brain is very autopilot. My left brain is non-existent.
What is my job? My job? Okay, so I started in life as a singer and a dancer. And then when I moved back to Australia to be, that was in England. I moved back to Australia to be closer to my parents as they got a bit older, and went back to teaching drama and stuff at high school. And then met Jazza in the local theatre company because I couldn't give up my singing and dancing altogether, so I just did amateur stuff.
And I wanted to give it a go because I'd never done it before.
and we met and we got married, and then I gave up my job teaching because we had MJ. That was the first reason.
So you were on maternity leave.
And then while I was on maternity leave, the channel was growing and there was loads of work for me to do.
And
Jazza
I was like 1 to 2 days a week I was taking to do receipts and taxes and emails and stuff. I was really just struggling to do and have the time to do the creative stuff.
So we decided I wouldn't go back.
Yeah.
And so now my official title is business manager.
For Jazza Studios.
I use my maiden name for anyone who calls me to which was my name that I did when I was performing. And I do sort of admin and contracts and Jazza's schedule, and sometimes try and help with a bit of cameraman lady work and anything I can help with the channel. And my side hobbies, I think I answered that in that. The only side
FYI, the channel would be struggling, if not non-existent, without Mrs. Jazza. So she jumped on board and sort of rescued everything. Plus, it wasn't just that time that she came on board. It was the year and a half before that, and her sort of guidance and insight that really helped me focus, that led to things going well. So she deserves more credit than she's taking. But go on.
TVC Cartoons. Oh, sorry, that was Annalise Cox. I keep forgetting to say people's names. TVC Cartoons says, will you cut your ear off, and if you do, will you sell it? Well, Van Gogh did not sell it. He gave it to a prostitute.
Yeah. Will I give it to a prostitute?
I prefer not.
I don't know any prostitutes.
I hope not.
Are you a prostitute?
Shh, don't ask people. Okay. If you could take a look at a future, this is an interesting question, future vlog, says Irma Zwart. 20 years from now, what would you wish it would look like?
That's interesting.
You could be standing almost hologrammatically in front of people in virtual reality.
Oh yeah. Yeah, vlogs in 20 years from now. I'll be vlogging holding a VR camera like this, and there'll be like 40 of you sort of in the room in VR with me, and you won't watch a vlog on a phone like this. You'll watch a vlog in VR.
We'll be like sitting in a room together. You'll be sitting on the sofa here with us.
Yeah, just do it. I think that's a good answer. I'm all on board for that. You guys know I'm pretty invested in VR as the future.
Do we feel like, Gabby Dupuy says, do we feel like vlogging almost daily has changed how we see our days? Do normal days feel more interesting when you vlog them?
It's a good question. I do feel like my brain has been trained to find a piece of interest, because you do film everything like every day, and if you're not looking for that, days can start to feel the same. But because you're presenting a narrative based on each day, and you don't want to present the same narrative twice, yeah, I feel personally I've felt like days have been more unique, rather than previously it sort of felt like a week would be the one thing and a month might be the same activity, whereas now every day feels different because I'm packaging it like that, essentially.
Sometimes when cool things happen, I like to read the comments, because I like to have shared them with other people. Like if something funny has happened, or
yeah,
I know, I think, oh, that was cool. You know, I wonder if other people thought it was cool.
Yeah.
So that's a stupid, simple answer from Mrs. Jazza.
No,
anyway.
that's good.
Jonathan Veneberg says, was it hard in the beginning to do a vlog every single day? And what are you going to do when you reach 100,000 subs on this channel?
It wasn't at the beginning, because it began when so much was happening. It was easier in the beginning because we had Telltale and Arty Games and then the Europe trip and blah, blah, blah. I think when we got back before, like I think around September, October, November, when things started to feel a little more settling in, yeah, I feel like that's when it started to be a little more of a challenge to find the things to make a narrative around. Anyway, that would be my answer.
Floor S'more has given a challenge. Here we go. Grootmoeders, Schweingezies, Kakeltjes.
Was that the challenge to try and say that?
Yes. Do you want to have a go?
I don't want to make you have to have a shower
We'll
after.
just leave mine as the official one.
I think that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Let us know how she did.
No anymore. No more, you lovely, lovely Dutchman. What is my favourite colour? Oh, I've never had one.
You've never had one?
No. Because I keep changing my mind. Every time I think it's one, I see that one next to another one, and I think how good they look together, and then I like them both together. Then I like the other one, and then I get bored with them and think it's another one.
Yeah, I can see how that.
I've never managed to have one. I'm sorry, guys, who are doing all the work ones. I'm sort of...
It's alright, no, I think it's more about the vlog anyway. Take vlog questions.
Ooh, personal one. Jazza and Mrs. Jazza, do you want to have another kid?
I think it's fair to say we'd like another one.
Yeah, we're in a place, being really truthful,
Yeah.
where we would like another one, but we're not sure whether we'll be able to. So we're...
Being hopeful.
and just,
Working hard. I'm sorry.
I can't stop him from being...
Well, they're all thinking it.
Oh, shush!
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You can't. Like, if people are like, well, we're trying for another one. Like,
Shush!
I can only mean one.
Alright, enough. Yes, we would. You're not allowed to say anything there.
Okay.
Yeah, we would. We're going to try and play it by ear and not be too stressed out about it, though, you know.
Yeah.
We're lucky. We feel lucky.
We feel very lucky to have MJ.
We have MJ. Chris N says, how has the vlog changed yourself and your relationship with each other? Daily vlogging has been infamously known to put a strain on couples' relationships, although I doubt that's the case, since it's mostly Jazza's sexy face. He's gonna start up again.
Well, no. Okay, now let's be honest here. Let's be 100%.
Mostly it's been fine. There've been times where we've argued over vlogging. But only like maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
There. Like if it's taken over Jazz's mind and he's been less present for either MJ or myself. Those are the times when I feel.
And that's and in those situations we have a you know, proper talk about it and come to an understanding as to, you know, what is happening and what matters, and then we just sort of recalibrate and make it work again.
Thing is about
Most
Jazza,
notably,
2 things are important to know that are absolutely true and real about Jazza. 1, he is a total workaholic. 2, he's a really nice guy. So I can talk to him about pretty much anything. Well, about anything. He does not have a temper. He is a really communicative husband. I can tell him how I feel. He listens. He's a very sensitive type person. He's not someone who'd ignore me or shout me down, and he really cares how I feel and takes it into account. And yes, he is a total workaholic. He knows that too. So it's sort of yeah.
we call each other out a bit. I think that it comes down to that. And I think one of the more notable experiences when it comes to that, where we sort of thought, oh, this can affect your relationship or life a bit, was around Christmas, was a bit before Christmas this last year, because it was downtime, it was quiet time, but my brain was like working on overdrive because I was finding things to vlog about, because there was nothing. We were relaxing and doing nothing, but my brain was like, okay, maybe I can make today's vlog about that. Maybe I should do it about that. And so I was working overtime in my head, and I was supposed to be taking time off. And that was when, I think also because at that point I hadn't missed a day, so I was being fanatic about that too.
That's what I mean when it comes to workaholics. Like,
so that's when it was like,
when he's like, I can't miss a day, and I'm like, no, come on, what's more important? You're having Christmas with your family,
So we talked that through, and we came to a place where we were happy about it, and I learned from that, which is really good. Like, I learned to take a holiday, which I need to learn from time to time.
No, you still need
So,
reminding.
I still need reminding, but I have learned that, like, for example, Hamilton Island was really good. You know, that was a good compromise because it was about 3 weeks after, you know, that experience and recalibrating where we went on holiday and I still vlogged or filmed or documented and even went out and used the drone once in a while, but I didn't worry about editing or getting something done each day or getting a story each day. I just made something out of the holiday and had a holiday.
The thing that makes our relationship strong is that for both of us, it is the most important thing. Both of us, not just me. Often with guys, they lose sight of that until it's too late. That's a real generalisation. Sorry, all the people who call me
People you've had experiences with and people I know sometimes too. It can be a bit hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
And
But for both of us, the other person being happy is the most important thing. So when we realise that that's not happening,
And if either of us have a point where we're like, I'm not happy right now, then the other person doesn't want that and we'll stop and make changes to fix that. So that's...
instead of just being stubborn and forging ahead. Oh, baby blue Becca 27 is so right. Oh my God, guys, you have so many pillows. Yeah, look, I'm beginning to think we have too many. We can't really sit on it.
So many
I know.
pillows.
All right, we're going to get rid of some.
She's going to get rid of some.
I don't know what happened. I go for some.
This room's tame at the moment, but the other room...
Do you know why? Because I've hidden...
There's only enough pillows if you can't see the seat or bed area.
Because before I read your comment, I thought we've got too many pillows and I've hidden 4 of them.
Have you really?
Yeah! I'm going to move them down here. And
I did think so. You did buy like 4 pillows like this last week.
Because I like those ones better.
Alright, I've had to move because the phone ran out of battery. Ooh, there's weird fluff on the phone.
Nice.
Alright, keep going.
Ashley Swore says, since you, Mrs. Jazza, but also applies to Jazza or MJ, asked about presents for your vlogiversary, my question is, what kind of presents would you like to get? Sounds kind of subtle, but you know, ask and shall receive. Haha, I was joking, Ashley Swore.
Yeah, we don't actually want
I was
presents.
joking. Okay, will you ever look Black George? Oh. Let's start that one again. George says, will you ever look back on your vlogs as memories, like a video album of your life?
We do.
We do.
We do. And I think the thing we like most about them is that they're like family home videos. Like, almost a year ago, I decided to try doing a weekend vlog, and we got MJ's first words on camera, and that said to me...
That answers Alex Andrews' question as well. What's your best memory of vlogging so far?
There you go. Was that yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. That was pretty
MJ's...
you can't capture that. There's like a second time, or even like you're lucky even if you get the first. Like not many people have that on camera, and that really said to me, this is worth doing. You know, it's worth showing a bit of family time, a bit of off time, and it's been worth it because you guys have gotten to know us and me outside of work, but also it's for us. Like every couple of weeks, we look back at a holiday or a vlog from a couple of weeks ago just to see what MJ did, or when we went to Paris. You know, like it's really nice for that, and I look forward to 3, 4, 5 years from now when we can show him that stuff, which would be really cool.
I've avoided all the pronunciation of Van Gogh ones, but I do have to say that Rovo188 says, we Dutch peeps can't blame you for not pronouncing our G right, as it's a sound we don't know. We don't know, we English people. We are pretty good at understanding and speaking the English language. And I just have to say, you so are. Everyone from the Netherlands so are. Pamped says, what is MJ's favourite thing to do in the daytime? What's his favourite toy? MJ's favourite thing to do in the daytime, different things. He loves to be outside. It was raining all day today, he didn't get to go outside. He was very well behaved about it. He's very into climbing, running,
he loves
physically
to dance.
active now. He loves to dance, loves music, does all the dances to the Wiggles. His favourite toy is his little foxy. It's a very special toy given to him by my friend Adrian. He would have seen.
He's had it since.
Adrian is also his
ages,
godmother. Yeah, and she.
His Foxy,
Along
he
with
takes
my
his Foxy to bed
brother
every
and
night.
sister-in-law,
Can't
yeah.
not have his Foxy.
So, yeah. For Jazza, when you were little, did you ever imagine you'd live the life you are today?
Yeah. I refuse to imagine anything other than that, to be honest.
He did.
And I didn't know what that would be. That's the interesting thing. I feel like my life, my professional life, much like when I created drawing, a lot of people say to me that, you know, oh, they get so frustrated with a drawing that they make, it never turns out how they imagine. My trick to overcoming that is I don't actually have something in mind when I'm drawing something. I just know what I want it to feel like and I want to have fun doing it. And I always end up with something I'm happy about, you know? And so I feel the same about my profession. Like, it could have been games, it could have been animations, it could have been, you know, it could turn into more entertainment-y stuff, it could turn into more art and crafty sculpting stuff. But at the end of the day, it's got to feel creative and I've got to love it. And then I'll be happy. And that's what I imagined I'd do, because that's what I've always wanted to do.
How long till the new studio is done? $60 million question.
I would say before...
Soon, though.
Before July.
They're working hard.
Yeah, they're working hard. We hope in the next 3 or 4 weeks, I would think. But... yeah, look, we sort of have a deadline and it's sort of the middle of the year. It's sort of end of June because that's the new tax year and any money that hasn't been spent from the fundraiser by that time will have to be taxed, which we don't want to happen because it's sort of a total waste of your donations. So we're just throwing it all into gear and making it all happen. So
That was Jero Rin. And Gixel... I'm not going to answer your question, darling, because we've answered it in a video on Jazza's main channel. It's about motivation, but she's concerned about being ignored. We're not ignoring you.
we're not ignoring you. What's the question? I'll do a quick answer.
How do you deal with a lack of motivation?
I'm supposed to think of a quick answer.
There's like a whole video of it on your channel.
Yeah, there's a motivation playlist on my main channel, but
Jazza does experience it in answer to your question.
yeah,
We all do.
it would be I would focus on the thing that you know brings you joy when you create, and do something that you think might spark that. Whether you feel it at that time or not, usually in the process of working on something, it can grow and flourish. So sometimes I start working on something unmotivated, and by the end of it, I'm really motivated.
Mrs. Jazza, why don't you like being on camera, says April, rushing. Oh,
Yeah.
shy.
You've made brief appearances
I've
on
never
occasion.
liked cameras. I used to do theatre. I've never been I did a bit of TV, but I've never been a TV person, and I hate seeing myself on camera. And so I never watched any that I did. And I'm a bit self-conscious. I need to get over it, I know. Maybe one day I will. I'll try.
I think everyone has their comfort zones, and it's interesting because the stage, you're like so comfortable. Like you can get on any stage and just be the life of the stage, which to some people might feel more jarring because there are people there, and yet a camera is this little thing that
I don't know how you can talk to cameras as if they're like real people, but I just hate watching myself back. I feel so self-conscious when I do it.
Yeah, it's interesting because when we did Carmen, you were Carmen. You know, you were you were Carmen, but you had that photo shoot and you were really self-conscious about that, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I don't know why, because you're gorgeous, and like, you know, and that was like the front page thing for the show, you know, and yet you could knock out the shows one after the other to a full house and it be a breeze, and yet you were self-conscious about that photo shoot with one person, and you know, so.
Well, I've already answered that I don't have a favourite colour, but what's your favourite colour?
What would you say? What's your guess?
Orange.
Not orange. Golden yellow.
Same as Van Gogh. Gold in the fields of wheat.
Oh, well there you go.
And then he liked to
And the
use
thing I
it
listened to while the pictures I looked at was sort of muddy yellow.
No, that was at the beginning when he liked to draw muddy peasants, didn't he? No, you guys have the same favourite colour. Sorry, I got it wrong. I should have known.
Let's wrap up, but I have a question for you, Mrs. Jazza. How do you feel about the thought of another year's vlogging? And how have you felt about this last year?
Well, I agree with you. I think, you know, there's some terrific parts of it. There's some bits of it that are difficult. It's hard work for you. It's sometimes hard work for me because you have to do all the work and then I have to, you know, be without you. We never know where we're going to be, do we? We never know where we're going to be in a year's time. So I guess we just keep going, and I do hope that the channel doesn't grow to a point where we have a lot of nasty people around.
You mean the vlog channel or the main channel?
Well, any of them. Because, like now, when I'm talking now, I feel like I can say pretty much anything, well, not be rude, but say pretty much, you know, talk normally and people won't bag me out in the comments. But
do you know, I think that's something that's more likely to be preserved on the vlog channel because I haven't tried to reach an audience other than people who are more interested in what we're doing and who we are. You know what I mean? Like I haven't tried to use clickbait or do any memes or like any fads or culture thingies on the main channel. I've just literally told a story about every day as it's happened. And as a result, the people who have come along are people who have watched the main channel, found something a little more in depth and a little more interesting on this channel, and as a result I feel like it's a really pure sort of enthusiastic community, and we're able to more freely be ourselves without having, you know, been attempting to be something different and then having to be beholden to that. So I think that's sort of, it's good. Which is funny because in starting the vlog, I didn't expect it to grow to the way that it has in the first year because of that. You know what I mean? Like I thought we'd be held back in the audience we could reach because I wouldn't be trying to reach out there. But we have over 90,000 subscribers in a year. Like that's crazy. For a vlog channel where I'm not like trying to do a Casey Neistat or a, you know, all these other vloggers who really craft their vlog content and have really catchy titles or really snappy hooks. We're just sort of just showing whatever crap we're doing and if we're not doing much we'll show that. You know, but it's nice. Like it's really special that, and I think the fundraiser recently is a testament to how special and open and close this community has become and how we have been able to benefit so much emotionally and then in the goals of the channel from that, which is amazing.
Yeah, so I hope it doesn't come to a day where I feel like I'm talking to a hostile audience.
I doubt it.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like if in a year's time we still have this mainly positive feeling for the community, then I'm looking forward to another year's vlogging. And then I'm not worried about it, you know?
Cool. Alright, so here's to one more year. We'll try not to be dicks. Don't be dicks. And we'll all be good.
You don't need to say that to them. That's like telling off the people who arrived early for the people being late. You know when people do that? When they're like, oh, some people are late, but they're telling all the people that are early.
Oh.
Like, these are all the nice people.
Yeah, that's true. Don't invite dicks. No dicks allowed. Alright, thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.